Albions TV, this is your post-match analysis video for yesterday's 2-1 win against West Bromwich Albion at the Den. A fourth straight win sees us move up to 5th in the table and in and amongst the playoff places. As always, let's start out by taking a look at the 11 that Gary Rowett picked to start the match. And so 2 changes were made from the team that absolutely buried Watford in midweek. George Saville was announced ill shortly before kickoff, so Jamie Shackleton come in to partner Billy Mitchell. And on the left wing, Callum Styles replaced Mason Bennett. I have said previously that I wouldn't mind seeing Styles play up there, but I didn't think it would actually happen. And in fact, he switched wings with Volsammer in the first half. Styles playing on the right and Volsammer playing on the left. Of course, as we know, Saville was ill, as I've already mentioned. Gary Rowett has come out in Southwark News and said that he felt it could have been a push for Benno. Obviously, recently back from injury to maybe start again. I thought he would start, and I thought that's why Rowett took him off after about an hour against Watford. But look, manage it however you can. Again, good man management. I said Bennett is a good player for us, and we all know it, but he struggles to stay fit in a nice term. So Rowett now is maybe taking out of Bennett's hands, and he's coaching him in the right way and managing him in the right way and bringing him in when we can, and he played a part again. Some fantastic substitutions. Look, I'm taking nothing away from the win. Before I get into the game, I forgot to say this in my last video, okay, after the Watford game. Now look, everyone now will go, oh, you all still want Rowett out. Make no mistake, about 80% of the fan base, I probably believe, wanted Rowett out, or they were the vocal ones at least on social media, in the comments of our videos. Now, yes, we did want Rowett out because he wouldn't stop playing 5 at the back. He wouldn't trust the players. He wouldn't allow the players to play. Despite us all believing that we had strong players and the division this year is weak, he didn't seem to have that trust in the players, and he played in a way where we would consolidate and try and nick what we can and fear and worry and give too much respect to the opposition in general. Due to everyone going mad, I believe that has played a part in it, and maybe Rowett thinking, do you know what, it's coming close here. He has changed the formation. He has done what everyone said he should have done. He has gone forward at the back. He's also changed the tactics. We've gone a lot more direct, which I absolutely haven't got a problem in. And a big part of that is bringing in George Long. But Long aside, you know, you've got Malone knocking in big, long set pieces. And as a team in general, instead of playing, as I said in my last video, 30 passes around the back and not getting anywhere with it, you know, he's changed it and we're going a lot more direct, which I don't have a problem with. What he's also done is he's given trust to the players, and he's actually going out now and letting them play, express themselves going forward, and he's trying to win football matches. Yesterday reminded me when he brought on, you know, the subs that he did, and it's a very strong bench, make no mistake. To be able to bring on the likes of Bennett, Afobe, Bury, amongst others, is very, very good. However, I've got to be honest with you, and I'm just stating a fact. He should have done it a lot sooner, okay? But now he's changed it, and I don't know why he didn't change it sooner. Maybe it was stubbornness, maybe he didn't truly believe, but for whichever reason, he's now changed it. But when we started the game against Watford, our best performance so far to date, probably definitely that first 45 this season, there was only 2 new signings in that starting 11, and that was Volsammer and Fleming. And neither of those really had a massive impact on the game. So all the other players, the other 9 that started the game against Watford with 4 at the back, have all been there at least 2-3 years. So I think, you know, we can say, okay, Rowett's turned it round now. And it's a non-argument saying, well, do you still want him out now? Well, no, of course I don't, because we're 5th, and he's finally done what we all asked him to do. But he hadn't done it for a long time, and you've got to criticise him a little bit in terms of, why did we not do it sooner? Because we'd probably be top of the league, if we're honest, or right up there. Although we are right up there anyway, by our standards. Look, he had all those players. They was all sitting there in the squad for 2 years. Out of the 8 signed in the summer, only 2 of those started against Watford. Okay, 3 did yesterday, 4 did yesterday, because Styles and Shackleton come in. So he made some good signings and it shows strength in depth. But that Watford game, there was only 2 new signings out of the 8 that signed in the summer in that starting 11. But look, it's done now, it's done and dusted. Hopefully he's learned from it and he won't go back to the old way. He absolutely can't go back to the old way because we are absolutely on fire. I thought it was brilliant yesterday. I know we absolutely buried Watford, but in terms of a spectacle and atmosphere and ups and downs, I actually thought yesterday was good. I've seen some people saying we didn't play that well. And I've seen some players say, not our greatest performance, but we still got the win. I thought yesterday was brilliant. I really, really do. It was a different kind of brilliant to the Watford game, yes. but we showed character, again, to come from behind. We dug in. It was a brilliant atmosphere. I thought the West Brom fans played their part. Fair play to them. Came in their numbers, made a lot of noise. But look, the game starts and it's a little bit scrappy at first. And then eventually, you know, we was getting on top, in my opinion. You have that chance from Fleming. Bradshaw wins the header. Fleming takes that shot first time. And he probably could have brought it down to a good touch, but he didn't. And I'm going to say this now as well. This is another thing that has grown on me and I've realised has happened. We used to be only able to score from set pieces. Okay, we scored for a free kick yesterday. I'll get that. The first goal. But if we couldn't score from those set pieces, that basically, excuse my French, was us fucked. We had no other options, no other plan B. Now, not only have we got a strong bench, but look at Fleming, the way he's been carrying us or being the main focal point the last 4 or 5 games. I didn't think he played particularly well yesterday, but listen, that's absolutely fine. He can't do it every game. And then on Wednesday, Bradshaw, I mean, it's all brilliant Wednesday, but Bradshaw, hat-trick, brilliant. I don't feel Bradshaw was particularly brilliant yesterday, missed a sitter. He worked hard, but he's never going to win headers and flick-ons against the big centre-half. So, okay, we can't rely on Bradshaw every game. He scored 4 in his last 2. Take him out of the equation. When it wasn't working yesterday, and I thought West Brom were very strong defensively, trying to counter our threat, which they know, and a lot of teams do now, is this free kick that we keep doing and the set pieces. And it works, and we found a way through again. So I'm not knocking that, but we found a different way. Rowett said, okay, we're going to try and win this game. It reminded me a bit of the Charlton game years ago when he brings on Aidan O'Brien and Matt Smith right near the death and he goes for the win. Maybe he's just, you know, confidence and victories breed confidence, and maybe now he's seeing the players are more confident and he's giving them a little bit more licence. But he went to win that game yesterday and bringing on Tyler Bury, who is probably a 3 out of 10 starting a game and probably a 9 out of 10 off the bench, is crazy. You know, he absolutely caused havoc down our left-hand side, down their right-hand side, and we just kept plugging away. And eventually, we got our rewards. As I said, West Brom took the lead. Jed Wallace, I called him a legend in my preview show, and I got a few dodgy comments for that. He's not a legend, using it too loosely, the term. Okay, look, this is what I'll say. Barry Kitchen, yeah, we all know he's the biggest legend. We all know Harry Cripps is a massive legend. Neil Harris. But they're all in the past now, and that's why they're legends. I don't think anyone currently, because Jed's still playing, and he's gone to West Brom. And listen, I've got no issue with him going to West Brom. I actually think now, as I said, it's a little bit less about one player now. It's a lot less about one player. And now we've got other places. We've got Fleming, we've got Bradshaw, we've got the 2 centre-halves really strong. With Billy Mitchell, who I've told you for a long time how good he is, and now he's showing you all. And then you've got the options wide left. You know, we've got some grafters in the team. Danny McNamara, Volksamo, they worked really, really hard. Danny Mac was brilliant as well yesterday. 2 good goalkeepers. It's more of a team now. So I don't hold any grudges against Jed. I think he needed to move on because it was all about Jed. And can we get anything out of the game? Only if Jed turns up. And that's the only way we will get anything out of the game. So he went on to a different club. I personally felt gutted from a bit because, well, I don't anymore. I'll get on to that in a minute. But I felt gutted from a little bit because I just felt, although I knew he probably wasn't good enough for the Premier League, he deserved that stab at it. Go and join Forest, sit on their bench, try and get a few games, or go abroad. To go to West Brom, I just felt a little bit sad for him because I thought he could have done better. However, he's absolutely bold. He don't really fucking care, probably about 40 grand a week, which is what allegedly around. He is on doubling his wages to go to West Brom. But as I said, I think you don't class him as a legend of the club because he is still playing. I think in years to come, you look back and say, Jed Wallace was one of our better players in the history of Millwall Football Club. Whether that makes him a legend or not, I don't know. What he's absolutely done yesterday is and I think he obviously plays with a little bit of arrogance and a little bit of it's a little bit about me. A little bit, and I'm not putting him in the same bracket as Cristiano Ronaldo, but players need that. They need that game face on. They need that horribleness. And I think what he's done yesterday when he set their opening goal up is he's expressed himself when he really, really should have fucking reined it in. Because until that point, he didn't really get that much stick. He was only getting booed when he got the ball, which is to be expected as he, you know, proclaimed himself on social media. So look, he sets the goal up on the basis of the goal. I said Scott Malone had a very good game yesterday again, which I felt he did. But him and one other player, I'm not sure who it is, goes in for that original tackle. And then Jed comes behind everyone, picks up the loose ball. I'm not saying Malone would have got there, but he switches off and then he's chasing Jed. He's never going to catch him. Jed cuts it back. Jonathan Swift shoots. I think it's Hutchinson and McNamara both slide in. Unfortunately for Danny Mac, it's unlucky. He hits him as he slides on the legs. And by that point, George Long had already dived. So it's in the goal and we're 1-0 down. But then to give it to the fans, which I didn't see in real time because he was right the other end to us, but to give it like, come on, like to our fans, after that, Jed, I'm sorry, I put a video out today on Shorts on YouTube, and I wasn't going to put it out because he got dog's abuse, and you could see he was visibly rocked. He was playing with his hands, and he didn't like it. So I wasn't sure whether to put it out or not. But look, that's Millwall. People want to see what Jed Wallace's return to Millwall was like. People wanted to see what Jed Wallace's return to Millwall was like, and that's what happened. And he played with fire, and he's fucking got burnt. So look, they take the lead, and after that, I was getting. If you watch the live stream, I was getting it in the ear from a couple of stewards about me live streaming and take your laptop off the wall. And my fucking lead hadn't been patch tested, but I'll get all those issues sorted for my next trip to the Den, which is a long way away, by the way, now, because my operation is on next Monday, and I won't be able to walk or drive for about a month, so I missed the whole game at home, and then after that, it's the international break for the World Cup, so I won't be going back to the Den now until Wigan at home, which is about the 3rd or the 9th or something like that, early December, so I'll get them issues sorted, and yeah, apologies to the club if I didn't do things right, but no one told me when I asked, can I stream? And as I said, I appreciate you saying, yes, you can. No one actually said, well, you've got to get your stuff patch tested, you've got to have a little table, blah, blah, blah. But look, that's all water under the bridge, but I've got the guy talking to me from the fucking communication box over the far side. Like, he's come over, we're having a chat, and luckily, we just finished having our chat, obviously, so I muted the mic, and as we do, free kick, again, in real time, and it'd get me fucking eyes tested again. I thought it was Fleming. It wasn't. It was Volsammer who takes the free kick. Not the greatest free kick. Bodies everywhere. Comes down. The West Brom defender makes a complete mess of it. But Callum Styles, what he does, the turn he does, he sort of doesn't touch the ball, but in the way he just flips his body, lets it run through his legs, allows himself to get a little bit of space, and he rifles it into the roof of the net. I think, in real time again, I thought he deflected. From the replays I've watched on YouTube, on Sky, etc., etc., I don't think you can see if it does deflect, but it sort of floats into the top of the net, and that's it. It's 1-1. We're back in the game, and the crowd are then up for it. The second half wasn't as great early on. Again, very scrappy. West Brom started to enjoy a lot of possession. They obviously had an extra day's rest from us, didn't they? Because they played against Bristol City on Tuesday. Not sure how much you can factor into that, but we did start to look leggy and tired, and he made a couple of substitutions. As I said, Fleming went off. Wasn't his greatest game. That's fine. Bradshaw went off. You had Bennett come on. You had Honey. I mean, by the time it's finished, I think we've used all 5 subs. And again, still with decent players on the bench. Sean Hutchinson's limped out, of course, and Miri now could be out till after the World Cup. Jake Sanders on Twitter, but I'm sure they'll get a scan on that tomorrow, so I'll keep you informed on the socials, or maybe a Den Daily, I don't know. But look, we started to turn the wheel again. We started to get on top, and we started to believe that we could win this game, and eventually we get the breakthrough. However, it is disallowed, and that is one of the most frustrating things in football. I'm sure you all know, as a football fan, when you're going, fucking come on, to the away fans, and then they're going, well, and you're thinking, what's happened here? And offside. I don't know why it was offside. I've looked at it again. I don't think it was offside. But regardless, we kept focus. Bury and Malone were absolutely terrorising them down that left-hand side, shortly to be joined by Mason Bennett, and a few subs had a hand in the winner. 90th minute, we keep plugging away. Of course, by this point, West Brom down to 10 men. I don't know what their bloke was doing. He's just been booked, and then Afobe rolls him. Afobe won a few headers when he come on, you say, including the build-up to the goal. But I don't think the West Brom player knows what's around him, because he could have just let Afobe go. He had a covering defender coming across the pitch from left to right, and probably would have got, or definitely would have got it before Afobe. Yanks him down, free kick. And we've seen it before again, capitalising with 10 men. We've done it against Coventry at home earlier in the season. Look, I thought it was brilliant yesterday. I really did. Yes, we've made a statement and proved to the rest of the world watching it on Sky on Wednesday that we are a force now. We can be, if we assert ourselves in the right way in the games, the manager lets them play, and we play 4 at the back, we can be a force. Yesterday I thought it was a whole different type of win, but I was more invested in that. The second half against Watford had died out completely. But look, let's get on to the winner. Ball comes up again. Afobe does really well. Ball works to Bennett. Bennett does great work. Plays it to Tyler Bury, who's in a similar position again. It's like our free kicks that Malone clips up for Cooper to flick on. Teams will suss that out, and they know that Bury will play on the left wing, hang on the touchline, get the ball, and he'll cut and he'll try and curl one in the far corner, which he did do in the game. But they can't stop it, and that's good. It's only a good thing that they can't stop it. I don't know why. Maybe I just can't believe how good he is coming off the bench and how average he is starting. Sorry, Tyler, if you're watching, I doubt very much you are. But look, he gets into the box and he scores the goal in the 90th minute, which sends the fucking full house into raptures. It's an absolute, and I want to take nothing away from the victory because we did deserve to win the game, and we could have had other goals going into injury time. It's an absolute gift for the goalkeeper again. What is he doing? What is the keeper doing? But again, we'll absolutely take it. He's P-rolled one in. Real time again, I thought it must have taken a deflection because I've seen him clip one towards the near post and the keeper dives the wrong way. I don't know what he's doing. He needs sacking, not dropping. It was absolutely shocking. The den erupts, full house like I said, and the away end very quickly. Someone pulls the plug and they all disperse out the exit, down the concourse and up the walkway to South Bermondsey Station in SE16. And it's 4 wins on the spin, going in to face Huddersfield next Saturday, who are currently bottom of the division. There is surely more that I wanted to say, but I can't remember it. But there you go. I didn't make any notes. I just like to go off the cuff on a Sunday. I make mental notes. Don't worry about that. And it excludes the Barnet today as well because I just had a shower. I'm exhausted. I stayed up watching the UFC last night, all the goals, and I really couldn't be fucking bothered to do it. I'm sure you don't watch the show for my haircut because you definitely wouldn't watch it if you did. But there you go. Look, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll try and get this out as soon as I can. If you're not a channel member and you want to become a member, then the Kenny Jackett interview is already up for members, advert free, over an hour with KJ, absolutely brilliant. And you now, unfortunately, unless you're subscribed, will not be able to comment in the chat on any live streams. Doesn't cost you anything, not a penny, never has, never will, to subscribe to the channel. But we're trying to get to 19k, and yesterday we picked up 45 subscribers. So click that subscribe button if you've been in a live stream match day at the Den, you know, for a watch along or podcast, which is tomorrow night, Monday night, of course. You won't be able to comment on the podcast. You'll be able to watch it, but you won't be able to comment unless you become a subscriber for at least 10 minutes. There you go. I'm not asking a lot, just 10 minutes of your time. I've had a lot more than 10 minutes of your time here. As I said, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy this current good run. Long may it continue. Let's hope Sean Hutchinson is not injured for too long. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.